I'd like to discuss the institutions of government in Mexico. First, beginning with the executive, the current president of Mexico is Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, also known as AMLO. He's the head of state and the head of government, meaning he's like if this country were to stand behind a leader, it would be him. But he also is in charge of the day-to-day operations of the country as the head of government, the chief executive. He has the power, or the president of Mexico has the power to appoint cabinet heads of cabinets, which are then later approved by the Senate. The president of Mexico also is the commander-in-chief, has the ability and authority to authorize certain military actions. The president of Mexico also is able to sign laws or veto them. So after laws have passed in the Congress, then in the Chamber of Deputies and the Senate, then the president can decide whether to sign the law and make it official or veto the law. And then the president also is able to issue decrees which can take effect, and the executive is the chief diplomat of Mexico, so the president can make deals with other countries and has that authority to initiate those deals with other countries as one of Mexico's representatives. Now, looking at the legislature, it's split into two parts: the Chamber of Deputies, which represents the people, which is ruled by Santiago Creel. The current composition based on political parties. In the Chamber of Deputies, Morena has 201 seats, Ecological Green Party of Mexico has 41 seats, and Labor Party has 33 seats. They're in a coalition together, trying to get stuff passed, while the National Action Party has 114 seats, the Institutional Revolutionary Party has 69 seats, the Citizens Movement has 27 seats, and the Party of the Democratic Revolution has 15 seats. And those are the opposition people who are in that leading coalition, who aren't, those parties and those seats aren't required for laws to get passed, which the majority deems are necessary. Now, the Senate in Mexico is led by Alejandro Armenta Mier. In the Senate, Morena has 60 seats, the Ecological Green Party of Mexico has 6 seats, the Labor Party has 6 seats, and the Social Encounter Party has 4 seats, which is the majority, and they're in a coalition together, while the National Action Party has 20 seats, and the Institutional Revolutionary Party has 13 seats, Citizens Movement has 12 seats, and Party of the Democratic Revolution has 3 seats, which is the opposition of Mexico, which isn't always agreeing with that majority coalition and are really just opposing bills rather than trying to pass everything, because not having a majority, those parties will have to gather together and get some of the majority to pass a law. Now, the Judiciary of Mexico is led by Norma Lucia Pina Hernandez, and the Judiciary, the largest judiciary in the country, or the most noble one, is the Supreme Court. The Judiciary the Supreme Court in Mexico has judicial review, the power to do that. Each member of the Supreme Court is appointed by the President of Mexico and is approved by the Senate. And each Supreme Court member in Mexico has a 15-year term. Now, in the late 1900s and early 2000s, there was increased professionalism and autonomy with the Supreme Court to do judicial review and not being controlled, as the PRI party was beginning to allow different people to have control of the country. The Supreme Court can strike down executive actions. However, looking also at the judiciary, but not just at the Supreme Court, at the national level, but more at the local levels, local judiciary, there's a lot of corruption issues, especially with certain sides joining. There's corruption to get certain deals. Less with the judiciary, but at the local level, there's deals between local governments at times, or local government leaders and drug cartels. So there is still some corruption issues at the local levels in the country of Mexico.